It's time for grassroots racers and fans to gather around. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show, your destination for news and interviews within the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, and from the world of motorsports. Thank you for joining us for our 38th season, America's longest running weekly motorsports program held in front of a live audience. Tell your friends they still have time to join the racing crowd for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey gang, how are you? Welcome to another Tuesday evening. We're getting down to it. Our second to last show is tonight. We're live at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. Our September 20th edition rolls on. We got room for you, as we just heard from our friend Dean Strom, who's been saying it all year, but right now is your second to last chance to come on down and join the racing crowd for one of our shows, so come on down and join us. We're at 81st and Greenfield at Polly's Pub and Eatery. They've got the Brewer Shuttle going on now. It's Taco Tuesdays. They have Brewer Shuttles for the entire season of home games, so come on in. A couple of pops to get you travel right there and back on their beautiful shuttles or their big old buses. They've got options for you. Come on down to Polly's any day of the week. They've got great food as well. We are hanging out here at Polly's Pub and Eatery last Tuesday. We were at Danny Lynch's, and D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow we did on Friday was at Road America in Turn 14, thanks to D&H Sales and Service and Lamer's Driving Experience for Charity. Thank you for that. It was a wonderful time. We were right there with race cars by Brad and Julie Dahmer. I want to remind you that you still have time tonight and maybe first thing tomorrow morning. Look at Lamer's Motor Racing on Facebook or go to Lamer's Driving Experience for Charity. Their event is tomorrow morning. 4 classes, your passenger car, your race car. There's 4 different classes to go out on the racetrack depending on your speed and your comfortability. It's all for charity, so check that out. Search Lamer's Motor Racing or 2022 Lamer's Driving Experience for Charity to register tonight and enjoy the day. Ron Malik, who we had on the show this past Friday, he said, I'm part of that deal. Brad Dahmer will be there, I think, as well. I think Josh Balicki said he's going to be there, so it's all going to be fun for charity. So thank you for their support. I want to make sure you are part of that and remind yourselves, hey, if you've got a chance, take it, and we'll certainly do that. We also have Lance Fossbender's Purple number 7. Beautiful MSA wing sprint car. He's got a big weekend on tap, and it's really going to be nice to see how he is able to put this together with that car looking that good for a huge weekend of racing this Friday and Saturday. More on that in the program as Lance is joining us here in a little while. He's hanging out, enjoying some food here at Polly's. Also on the show, we're talking with Steve Sinclair about the big season-ending Wisconsin Sprint Car Championships this Friday and Saturday night. Yes, Lance is part of that. We've also got Steve to talk to us about the divisions involved and the points involved. IRA sanctioning 2 series racing for championships on Friday at Dodge County, Saturday at Plymouth, and the Wisconsin Wingless, as well as the bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Series wrapping up their season. Bill Holland goes in the groove this week, showcasing several central Wisconsin tracks and their championships. We're going to be talking to Chuck Deary, who I think might be working to clean up the Victory Lane area at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Chuck and Greg McCarns co-promote the Oktoberfest race weekend. That's coming up October 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're getting ramped up here on the show as well. You'll hear more about that on the program. Hopefully Chuck can join us for a few minutes in between getting things ready there at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. It's our second to last show. We would like to thank and recognize American Foundation Specialists, Central Services Company, and Dells Raceway Park for their belief and support in our show. We also want to give a pause and say our thoughts and prayers are with the Sievert family as well as the Borer family. Gary Sievert passed away, Racer at Hills Corner Speedway. His sons, Bart and Brett, both involved in racing. And, of course, Bart's married into the Borer family at Central Services. So our thoughts are with them. Again, Gary Borer passing away this week. So our thoughts are with them as we continue thinking about all things racing. Seeing Gary for many years as a racer and as a dad and as a guy supported racing forever. So our thoughts are with the Sievert family. Hey, we're live at Polly's Pub and Eatery. What else are you doing tonight? Come on down and join us. We'll see you shortly.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Add value and beauty to your home or commercial property with professional landscaping from Central Services Company, Incorporated. The team at Central Services is their personal choice of over 45 years of satisfied customers in Southeast Wisconsin for landscape design, construction, and grounds maintenance. Call Central Services at 262-548-0005 for all your landscaping and lawn care needs. No job is too large or too small. From lawn fertilization and weed control to award-winning landscape construction and building your backyard patio oasis, Central Services is your full-service landscape company. Call the experts at Central Services at 262-548-0005 for a free, no-obligation consultation at your home or business. Find out why Central Services can provide you with the visual difference in the art of landscaping and lawn care. Call 262-548-0005. Central Services, the visual difference in landscaping.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For over 30 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emissions testing plus minor to major repair, from oil changes to engine and transmission replacement. Call Oak Creek Automotive 414-761-3250. They're open for your convenience Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. and Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th Street and Drexel to the pros at Oak Creek Automotive.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. The Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help you with your spring cleaning. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Allis, Waukesha, and Milwaukee, right next to Miller Park. ARR Recycling since 1938.
It's the granddaddy of short track racing in the Midwest. The 53rd running of the Oktoberfest race weekend. October 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Don't miss the intense competition as drivers throughout the Midwest converge at La Crosse Speedway for 4 days of great stock car racing. On Thursday, see 6 divisions compete, including Super Late Model, Sportsman, and double features for the La Crosse Late Models. Friday, 3 divisions will grind it out, including the Super Late Models in the popular Dick Trickle 99, a 99-lap race run in 3 33-lap segments. Then on Saturday, 3 divisions, including the ARCA Midwest Tour Late Models. Then it's the Big 8 Late Models battling for their season championship. Sunday, you will see vintage race cars, late models, plus the granddaddy of all Midwest racing events, the Oktoberfest 200. 200 grueling laps of strategy, maneuvers, and hard-charging racing in Wisconsin's oldest and most prestigious short-track racing event. Attention, save with a multi-day wristband. It's the 53rd annual Oktoberfest race weekend, October 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Visit OktoberfestRaceWeekend.com for details and advance tickets. Be there.
Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show for all things Wisconsin and NASCAR related. You're in the right spot. We have talk about the world of motorsports every week, but not often do we get a chance to spend a few minutes with a driver who pulled into victory lane in a NASCAR Truck Series race at Bristol. Let's welcome into our show via the phone, Ty Majeski. Ty, thanks for joining us on the show, man. Congrats on the huge win.
Thank you. Yeah, sure was a big one.
Oh, man.
Yeah, really cool.
I love the fact that you did not burn that thing down. You said, boys, let's polish that thing up for Phoenix. It's amazing to know your first win comes in such an important race at a track that everybody wants to win at. How good was that piece, and how new is that piece with you and Joe taking the cover off and now polishing up to put the cover back on for the Championship 4?
Yeah, boy, you're really looking to drawing it up any better. Obviously, everybody in the playoffs wanted to win Bristol. There's a couple layers to it. Obviously, you lock your way into Phoenix, but you also don't have to worry about going to Talladega, which is such a wild card. So couldn't have picked a better race to win, and especially for my first win, obviously, because of that. And Bristol's just really, really cool. Everybody wants to win there. You get to go up on the rooftop in Victory Lane and the Sword. Just the venue is just unbelievable. So we had the same truck we had at Richmond. And Johnny actually debuted. It was brand new at IRP. So the truck has now 3 races on it. And we've got a month and a half to fluff on it and make it lighter and hopefully make the body a little bit better. And hopefully bring another bullet to Phoenix.
Oh, man, it's got to be a huge relief as well. As hard as you've been working at this, Ty, and I've seen your comments, but in reality, what you have been able to do and position yourself to do, this is the moment you should enjoy. But how much relief goes with that, knowing you have a victory, you legitimize what you've been working on, and now you can focus on November 7th, 8th weekend, whatever that is, that Friday night, racing for a championship finally.
Well, it's a big relief, and I think, obviously it's exciting, and but as you said, most of it is relief. Just obviously my NASCAR career has been up and down. I feel like I haven't really found that right spot. I feel like I've had good opportunities, but they just weren't the right time with that team and where I was at. So to have, basically a third chance here at ThorSport, Duke and Rhonda and everybody here believing in me and giving me a great opportunity with Joe and everybody on the 66 team. We've been working so well together and continuing to get better throughout the season. It's just been a dream come true season for me. Sort of validated everything I thought I could do, and now I'm able to prove it to everybody else that maybe doubted me, given my previous opportunities within the sport. So just relieved, proud, and excited to get to Phoenix and chase a championship. I think to start the season, that's everybody's goal, is to get to Phoenix. I feel like if you make it to Phoenix, you've done your job for the year, and we're gonna certainly, if we go down, we're gonna go down swinging. We're gonna give it our best shot. I think we have as good of a chance as anybody. Our trucks are really good right now. Everybody's working incredibly hard at ThorSport, and it would be awesome to bring home 2 in a row for Duke and everybody at ThorSport.
We're speaking for just a few more minutes with Ty Majeski's got a super busy schedule here on the Racing Roundup Show. Ty, I did not see the end of the race, but you had 2 shots, or Zane Smith had 2 shots at you. Arguably, he's the best driver, best team this year in the Truck Series, and you walked away from him. How important was that for the confidence for you and this team, knowing he might be one of those guys you have to line up with in the championship for at Phoenix in a month's time?
Yeah, they've been certainly, I feel like, the standard, especially on the intermediate tracks, all season long. They've been the most consistent. Every single week, week in and week out, they're a top 5 truck. And, to go head-to-head with him and beat him is huge for our confidence and a testament to our race team, where our equipment is at right now. I feel like the potential is there to be able to outrun anybody in the field at any given week, and that's substantial for us. So it's just up to us to maximize our equipment and for me to maximize the situations on the racetrack that I'm put in and make good decisions and have good pit stops and execute on restarts. It takes everything to bring that championship home in Phoenix, and we're certainly going to have to cross our T's and dot our I's. But like I said before, I love where my team is at. We've already been working on sim. I've actually got a simulator session tomorrow in Charlotte to start working on Phoenix already, and we've got a month and a week or so to refine it and make it the best we can.
It's going to be great to follow this process. You've earned it. We're relieved and excited for you. Hashtag Wisconsin Proud all the way through, man. You guys proved what you have and your ability, and you're amazing to know. It's amazing for everyone to know that, yes, you worked hard at this. Yes, you like to race all the time if you can, but this opportunity and this win is such a big win for you. We're just so happy to share with you, not take any credit, but share it with you as you hopefully get a chance to do that and maybe dip back in here for maybe a race at Oktoberfest if your schedule fits in before you really get after it. You coming back home one more time before the Phoenix race?
I hope so. There's a few races left in Wisconsin. I'm not sure what my truck schedule is going to be like. We've got a lot of things going on. Getting partners put together for next year. A lot of moving parts right now, just getting everything put together. And, of course, preparing for Phoenix. So, obviously, all that will come first. But certainly hope to do a few more late model races before the season's out. I'll be at Martinsville this weekend for the late model stock race with Chad Bryant Racing. So you guys can catch that Saturday night.
Cool. Looking forward to it. Ty, thanks again for joining us here on the Racing Roundup Show. Fans, give it up for Ty Majeski joining us here live. Thank you, Ty.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
We support you, man. Good luck. Thank you. Ty Majeski joining us here. What a way to start off our Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin NASCAR report, right? Talked to a Wisconsin race winner, Joe Scheer Jr., grew up in Clinton, Wisconsin, with his dad. They raced a bunch. Joe's the crew chief. That truck they put together with Johnny. Man, a Wisconsin proud win for Ty Majeski at Bristol on Thursday night. I was there with the ARCA Menard series. As I mentioned, I was not there for the end of the truck race, but man, it was a lot of fun. The ARCA race was won by Sammy Smith. As we look further into the Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin Wisconsin NASCAR report, I should say. Interstate's a founding sponsor of Joe Gibbs Racing. Interstate Batteries are the #1 replacement battery in North America, and Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin has a battery for every need. Visit interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. We begin with congratulating Ed H. of Milwaukee for winning the NASCAR Adventure Force Crash Racers Track and Cars prize. We drew that winner after last week's show. We appreciate the prize being provided by Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin, and we appreciate all who entered via email and here in person at the show over the last few weeks. Derek Kraus, we got to mention that. He started on the pole at Bristol. He finished 6th, led some laps. So another Wisconsin-proud Stratford, Wisconsin native. I talked to his mom, Kathy, for quite a while before qualifying, and Derek put it on the pole and had a great run as well in the truck race at Bristol. Looking ahead to other things that happened since our last show, Wednesday, last week, boom, Road America, July 29, NASCAR Xfinity Series on their national schedule. Milwaukee Mile truck race with ARCA on Sunday, August 28th. Both series racing on one day. Early season ticket packages are available at roadamerica.com, and you can buy tickets right now to the Milwaukee Mile NASCAR truck race. Yes, I'm saying those words and meaning it's not a rumor, it's a fact. It's on the schedule next year. The date is Sunday, August 28th, 2023. Tickets for the NASCAR truck race at the mile are sailing now. They include the ARCA race on the same day, Sunday. The website to go to, trackenterprises.com. Bob Sargent and the team made it happen with NASCAR to bring NASCAR back to Milwaukee. And I'm glad to see Road America returning with the NASCAR Xfinity Series on July 29th. More information on that as they have season tickets on sale now. Best pricing now at Road America for your season ticket packages. Go to roadamerica.com. Chris Buescher won the Bristol night race Saturday night on the two-tire strategy call to get him from 4th to 1st after pit stops. He held off Chase Elliott over the final 50 or so laps to win his second Cup race and first win for the Roush Fenway Keselowski racing effort. Man, that's really cool. Brad went over there in 2021. Boom, first win for that team. It's huge. Elliott finished second. Fellow playoff driver Christopher Bell's 4th place finish was his 3rd top 5 in a row in this first round of the playoffs. After 3 races, that means 4 drivers of the 16 got lopped off and are not advancing the playoffs. Those are Kyle Busch, who had a motor let go again in his second in 3 races. Kevin Harvick, who had tire issues on pit road late. And a 12-car pileup on lap 277 of the 500-lapper at Bristol Saturday night affected both RCR Chevy drivers, Tyler Reddick and Austin Dillon. They're out of the playoffs as well. Slinger's Josh Bilicki was scheduled to race the 77 Cup car at Bristol, but he posted he suffered a non-racing related injury to his hand. He was not able to go, but he thanked his team and the Ziegler Automotive Group for their support of Landon Castle's efforts Saturday night at Bristol. Franklin Sam Mayer drove home to 4th on Friday night at Bristol in a solid run, while his teammate Noah Gragson won his 3rd straight Xfinity Series race Friday night at Bristol. He held out Brandon Jones on 90-lap older tires and a 20-lap green flag run to the finish. Jones, incidentally, was announced this week as the Gregson's replacement in the Junior Motorsports number 9 Xfinity Series car next season, as Gregson's going out to the Cup Series to take the 42 Petty GMS Chevrolet ride that Ty Dillon's getting out of. It's going to be fun to watch the last couple of ARCA races. I want to put a period on this. We mentioned Sammy Smith. He won the race. He also won the Sioux Chief Showdown title, the ARCA Menard Series East title. That series wrapped up at Bristol on Thursday night, and he won his 4th ARCA race of the season for the ARCA Menard Series. 31 cars went to the green flag. Daniel Dye overcame several issues during the race to finish 5th. He's now just 5 points. 5 points behind point leader Nick Sanchez, who finished 12th. 2 races left in the ARCA schedule, I'll be at both of them live on MAV TV. Toledo Speedway is the season ender. Salem Speedway is on a Saturday, October 1. They're both 4 o'clock Eastern starts, October 1 and October 8, back-to-back Saturdays. Salem Speedway, Toledo Speedways. Short tracks are going to decide the ARCA Championship this year. I cannot wait for that to take place. We're coming back with a lot more here on this show. We've got Steve Sinclair. We've got Dean Strom. We've also got Lance Fossbender about his beautiful number 7 MSA 360 sprint car sitting right out here. And so is Itch's brand spanking new to him, 1928 Ford 6-window, 2-door. Right out here at the front gate of Polly's Pub and Eatery. Come on in. The doors are open. The brewer shuttles are going. Food's coming out of the kitchen. It smells great. Come on back and join us. We're hanging out with you on a Tuesday night at Polly's Pub and Eatery on the Racing Roundup Show.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Volansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln and West Dallas.
Need a pack and move? Well, we do a lot of them. And we have all the proper materials to pack your belongings safe and sound so they arrive in the same condition as they went out in. Packing boxes, bubble wrap, mirror packs, lamp boxes, dish packs. We get the job done right. Packed and labeled properly so it all ends up in the right spot in your new place. This is Rick Vanderboom. Blue Mountain Express Moving and Storage will improve your move.
BlueMountainExpress.com. We will improve your move.
Statewide.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
Midwest Championship Weekend at Dell's Raceway Park, September 23rd, 24th, and 25th. The 23rd is the TRP Championship night for 6 divisions. On the 24th, the Big 8 Late Model Series invades TRP for the Dave Rodiger Memorial 88, plus twin features from the CWRA Super Late Models, Modified Sportsman and Bandit, with fireworks after the races. And on the 25th, the Tundra Super Late Models decide the 2022 championship in the Carl Wagner 100, plus twin features for the UMA 602 Outlaw Late Models and INEX Legends. Get your tickets and start times at DellsRacewayPark.com. Dell's Raceway Park, Wisconsin's best racing entertainment.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much.
American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
We're back on the Racing Roundup show. For 38 years, your home for all things Wisconsin racing, Upper Midwest racing. We talk about a lot of different things on the show. If you want to see what we're doing or catch any show, we're obviously you can like our show on Facebook. We've got every one of our shows stored up on our website, racingroundupshow.com. Go to the live button and the archive button, and you're right there. Look by date. You see every show we have for you. It's also on YouTube through our website right now. So look that up on YouTube if that makes sense for you. We're also on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. Follow us there. We also enjoy your chat with you on Facebook as well. Hey, if you're looking to sell or buy a commercial property or home, you can do it with Matt Rapino, Caldwell Banker, Home Sale Realty. He is the man to use. List and buy with confidence. Hire a realtor that has the knowledge and expertise to get your deal done. Knowledge is power. Hire knowledge. Not all realtors are the same. Choose Caldwell Banker, Home Sale Realty. And list it with Matt Rapina. His website, mattrapina.com, mattrapina.com. This portion of the show is brought to you by ARR, Allied Resource Recovery. Turn your recyclable metals into cash today with Allied Resource Recovery. They have 3 locations. ARR West Dallas Recycling at 80th and Burnham. ARR Waukesha Recycling at 1001 Tesh Court. And you can cash in at National Salvage on South 44th Street across from where the Milwaukee Brewers are playing right now. Visit AlliedResourceRecovery.com. We have prize giveaways after the show as well, including 2 Fassbender Racing t-shirts, which are also available to purchase tonight. See Nikki. We also have Wildman Watson 2022 race event shirts. Thank you to Mike Watson. We have cans of Rowdy Energy drink from Gabe Summers Racing. We remind you to buy your Rowdy Energy at Quick Trip. We also have NASCAR Racing Collectibles from Greenfield Gallery Sales on Facebook. We also have trucker hats from D-Net Sales and Service, Sheboygan's Power Center from Toro and Wright brands among our prizes. So come on down after the show and win yourself some Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup as well. It's time for the Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup Short Track Spotlight, and we got a big one to shine for this coming weekend. It's a huge one. Wisconsin Racers, Dennis Prunty, Bill Balog, and Jason Gross are all sponsored by Anderson's. It's delicious. It's awesome. It's good on everything. Try it in your coffee or tea or on ice cream. Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup also has Pure Fuel, maple energy on the go. Buy Anderson's Maple Syrup at your favorite grocer. Anderson'sMapleSyrup.com, a proud Wisconsin company. Pure quality since 1928. In the spotlight tonight, we welcome in another visit, and it's a big one because he's got a lot going on between past Saturday and the championship weekend. The Wisconsin Sprint Car Championships are here. Let's welcome in IRA President Steve Sinclair. Steve, thanks for coming back on the show.
Thanks for having me.
This coming Friday, this coming Saturday, why not? 3 divisions, both point races to end their seasons. Fitting name, Wisconsin's Sprint Car Championships. Friday night on the big horsepower half mile. Preview that one for us with the divisions you got coming.
So we got the 410s, got the MSA 360s, and we got the Wisconsin wingless all together, leading into the big finale at Plymouth the next day. And the points are big in our deal. So Jake Blackhurst, our defending champion, has a 9-point lead over Jordan Goldsberry right now going into the 410 finale
and
weekend.
They keep knocking out top 5 finishes, too. It's hard to get those guys apart.
Oh, man. And the way we point everything has points. Qualifying has points. Heat races have points. Every car you pass has a point. So there's a lot up for grabs, and it's pretty cool. And they're friends, too. Jake and Jordan are friends. That's kind of ironic. I know the Packers beat the Bears the other day, but at the IRA 410s, I think three of the top 4 in points are Illinois guys right now.
The only Wisconsin guy is Danny Schlafer from Schlafer Auto Body. He won the Scott Summerman Memorial on Saturday on his 4th win of the year. Yes. He's sitting 3rd in points. Everything's on the line this Friday, Saturday.
He still has a chance. If those other guys have a couple bad nights, he's still there. Danny's had a great year.
Yeah, really good, considering he committed, and then there's a lot that went on. And just over Labor Day weekend, that big 3-day weekend, really changed his fortunes for championship runs.
Yep. And then on the wingless deal, it's kind of unique. We got Clayton Rossman, who had just turned 16, leading the veteran of the group, Tim Cox, by, I think, 11 points, I believe.
The great thing is we had those guys on the show. We had Clayton lined up for months ahead of time, and then Tim shows up with him like, hey, what's going on? Tim said, let's talk about Clayton. Tim's been keeping his car at Clayton's shop.
Yes.
And, I mean, you talk about getting from, the sensei and the master, and you're getting that fed to you every time you're working on your race car. What a great combination. They both have had great years.
Certainly. It's a pleasure to have both of them. Class X.
And Wisconsin Wingless only runs about 38 to 40 deep, so that'll be a lot of cars on the big half mile. They don't race there that often, do they?
They as a point race, they never have.
Okay.
I had a handful of them out there a couple of years ago just to test.
Okay.
And they did well.
All right.
But am I concerned? A little.
Yeah.
A little.
Even if we get 20 or so guys, I mean, it's going to be a great show with the Wisconsin Wingless on the horsepower half mile.
They travel with cars. There will be cars.
Their season wrapped up at Wilmot, but again, that's a series point race, kind of like when they ran the other night after the regular season ended at Wilmot Raceway. There's a lot of guys going for a lot of different things, and gals going for a lot of different things.
Yep.
That's the Wisconsin Wingless. Then you got the IRA bumper-to-bumper Outlaw Sprints. And then you got the MSA 360s wrapping up their season at the big horsepower half before they kind of go to one of their home tracks at Plymouth on Saturday.
And points are important there, too.
Yeah.
So, a lot of neat stuff going on. And there's a few 410 surprises probably en route. If the weather forecast holds well, I think the fans will be treated to a few surprises.
Let's see. I was there when Rico showed up. I was there when Stewart showed up. I was there when Baylog showed up. It could be anybody showing up.
Could be.
I'm not saying who it is. How do we find out more about what's going on Friday night and Saturday night?
IRAsprints.com. We got our Facebook page has been. I got to thank Cody Tedison and Chatty Matty and a few other people.
Yeah.
Have really done a great job. I'm not high tech. I don't do all that stuff, but they put a lot of releases out and they're really on top of it. And they're the ones that put together the extra pay for Saturday night. They did all that.
So there's lap money. I saw there was a recruitment for, hey, if you want to sponsor laps in the Wisconsin State Championships, you can, Sprint Car Championships, but no longer there's a need. That sounds like you're full up.
We're bought up.
Good for you guys. Good for them, too.
Yep. So if a guy leads every lap Saturday night, $6,100 if he leads them all.
Wow. Yep. So Plymouth, Saturday night. What time do things get rolling, Steve?
We're going a little bit earlier because I've got actually 4 divisions. I got the IRA Lightning Sprints Saturday too.
Okay.
So I think the drivers' meetings were at 4:30. I think motor heat, at 5. Hot laps 5:30.
When it comes to these kind of races, and you said you have interest from around the area, I want to know, Steve, if you have a chance to really kind of take it in and say, you know what, this is going to work great. I got to change this. I mean, that's ever evolving for you, isn't it? No matter what the race is, much less the season ender.
Putting the order of events together is, that's tough too, because you want the track good for everybody, and you got to get done at a certain time. There's a lot that goes into it, and so I'm a co-promoter of that one too. Dodge County, I'm on my own.
Oh, really?
That's me. And then at Plymouth, I partner up with the Sheboygan County Fair Board.
Okay.
And we do that together. We've done it. We got a great relationship. It works well. And there's a little pressure there.
So when it comes to racing, and you love short track racing, and you have a DVR or VHS recorder now still, you need to set that thing and get to Dodge County Fairgrounds on Friday night, the Horsepower Half Mile. Saturday night at Plymouth, we talked about getting there earlier, 4:30 or so. Come hungry. Both tracks have great track food. I mean, it's really nice to know these two tracks are well prepared, and you've got some great sponsorship. Kunis RV is involved with it. What you got going on? I think it's really neat to have them involved. They've been really expanding their presence.
Sure have. I went to Road America, so I'm still a fan. I was at Road America Sunday, and Kunis RV had signage everywhere.
Yeah.
And they've been good. Glad to have them on board this year.
And they are presenting the Wisconsin Sprint Car Championships both nights, featuring bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprints, MSA Sprints, and the Autometer Wisconsin Winglets on Friday. Add those three, put in the mix with the IRA Lightning Sprints. We talked to Mark Heinert last week on our show. He's running for points as well. He might be second or third, or he said I might have a chance, depending on how things play out on Saturday night, to win that championship.
His teammate Mike New has the lead right now, but this is a neat deal. I mean, this is what you all hope for.
Exactly.
You hope it comes down to the end, and it is. And we've had a lot of drama anyway. These guys drive so differently than when I first started. The slide jobs and stuff are, they're not for the timid.
Right.
And
you got to get it done.
Oh my God.
Lightning sprints, man. We talked to Mark about it at length. I said you got to get a lot of momentum speed. He said, and we're within like a second of the 410s. We're right there with the 360 speeds. I'm like, okay.
At Wilmot, they are. When the track slicks off, they don't slow down as much in the corners.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch.
You don't have to control wheel spin as much either, though.
That is true, because the horsepower then can stay on the ground if you got it on the button and you got the momentum going, and it's fun to watch. You're right. They've really put on a great show. Is the website the best place to get tickets and information about what's going on? IRAsprints.com?
Tickets or just show up at the gate.
Okay.
There's no advance ticket sales.
Okay.
Show up.
Dodge County Speedway, Dodge County Fairgrounds in Beaver Dam on Friday night. Might as well just get a hotel room in Beaver Dam somewhere, or maybe head over to Plymouth. They've got a lot of great hotels in Sheboygan, so if you want to fish during the day, come on over about 4 o'clock to Plymouth on Saturday night.
Thanks for bailing me out.
Yeah, sure.
I'm having a little bit of a cold here, so I'm
fighting
hacking
through it,
over here. So
absolutely.
But I'm really looking forward to it, and it's a good bunch of guys this year. I'm really proud of the 410 group we have. They're pretty talented. They're a bunch of good guys. And the top of that wingless thing is neat.
Yeah.
So it's just exciting. This is what I always hoped for, and now we got it. So hopefully everybody can come out and support it, and should be good.
Should be really good. Thank you, Steve Sinclair. A big hand for Steve Sinclair joining us once again, supporting our show, making the effort to be here. I know he's not feeling the greatest, but it's just a pleasure to have you around with our show for as long as you have, and just getting the drivers on and saying you need to get on our show to promote your series, and that's what we love doing. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you so much.
You betcha. IRA bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprints are racing on Friday and Saturday. So are the MSA 360s. Lance Fossbender's with us here at the show. He's going to be on with us in a few minutes. We also are going to be coming back from commercial break. Dean Strom is joining us in the house tonight at Polly's. We're talking to Dean and a good friend of his, Chuck Deary, because you know what? Chuck is in Victory Lane at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. We're talking to Dean and Chuck next in the Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report. Don't you go anywhere.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports.
Greenfield Gallery wants to buy your racing collection. Do you have die-cast cars from IndyCar, Sprint Car, or short tracks? Greenfield Gallery wants them. If you have old racing programs, racing photos, and negatives, Greenfield Gallery wants those too. Contact Ralph Hibbert Jr. at Greenfield Gallery, who wants to buy your racing collection. Ralph also has an ever-changing eBay store full of racing collectibles. Search Greenfield Gallery. Email Ralph right now to get connected. His email address is ralph@greenfieldgallery.net.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For over 30 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emissions testing plus minor to major repair. From oil changes to engine and transmission replacement. Call Oak Creek Automotive 414-761-3250. They're open for your convenience Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. and Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th Street and Drexel to the pros at Oak Creek Automotive.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Belansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln and West Dallas.
D&H Sales and Service is Sheboygan County's largest steel and outdoor power equipment dealer. Since 2003, owner Brad Dahmer and D&H Sales and Service strives to offer you the best brands with leading manufacturers such as Aaron's, Gravely, Ferris, Simplicity, Snapper, Steel, Wright, and Toro. Each brand is backed by a stocked parts department and the highest level of customer service. All of our inventory is online at SheboyganPowerCenter.com, and when you buy from D&H, you will be shown how to safely operate your ready-to-use equipment. We have over 80 feet of steel display, and we have over 75 pieces of steel equipment in stock. D&H is Sheboygan County's only Brakes and Stratton Diamond dealer with a master service technician and factory-trained service department. D&H Sales and Service is conveniently located off of I-43 in Sheboygan and is an authorized service and warranty center for most brands on the market. We'll service almost any brand of small engine equipment. Call us for details at 920-458-1865. D&H Sales and Service also offers pickup and delivery to Sheboygan, Manitowoc, and Ozaukee counties. Search D&H Sales and Service on Facebook or log on to SheboyganPowerCenter.com today.
Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show on this Tuesday night. Congratulations to Badger Kart Club racer Louis Palmisano, last week's guest on the show with co-driver Bobby Krug. Their team of 5 drivers won the Dairyland Enduro on Saturday at Millwright Raceway in Dowsman. Congrats, guys. I saw there were, I think, 7 teams on the entry list, so good job, Goggles and the whole gang. We had them on the show last week, so we'll take some of the credit for their big victory last week, Saturday at Badger Raceway. Now it's called Millwright Raceway in Dowsman, home of the Badger Kart Club. This portion of the show is brought to you by the Midwest Truck Series, who raced on Friday night at Jefferson Speedway. The Wolfpack Apparel 50. Congrats to Brandon Reichenberger, Paulie Schaefer, and recent show guest Derek Dorr on their podium finishes. Their next race is on October weekend at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway on Saturday, October 8th. The Midwest Truck Series is supported by Wayne A's Bus Service and Clutch Energy Drink. Check out MidwestTruckSeries.com. Guess what? Their next race is at Oktoberfest. Dean Strom joins us now. It appears to be a great time. To mention, Dean, you and I spent a lot of time as kids growing up there. Hales Corner Speedway, they had a huge reunion on Sunday at New Berlin at the VFW. Michelle hosted the gang. Pat and others, and Ralph Hibbert from Greenfield Gallery Sales on Facebook got involved. A lot of folks turned out. They had a great time. Pat said perfect weather. It was a wonderful event. So congrats to Pat and everybody involved in the Hales Corner Speedway reunion on Sunday. Pat is actually here tonight at the show. He is most Tuesdays, and tonight he's got a box of shirts. So if you want a Hales Corners reunion shirt and you weren't able to make it, you can buy them here from Pat, sitting right over there. Dean, we have another special guest. Not just you are special. We have another special guest on the video link. Who do we have with us?
We have the, I guess, I don't know, what was his title? General Manager of the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Going to talk about Oktoberfest. Chuck Deary, welcome to the Racing Roundup Show.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Chuck, thanks for putting the broom down long enough to join us. You guys look like you've been busy. It looks beautiful already. What work were you doing today?
Well, we're improving upon the quarter mile. Of course, we repaved it this spring, and so we're moving the fence a little bit out there, and and of course, getting the facility ready for lots of campers, lots of race cars, and lots of great racing.
Either you have really long arms or you have a camera specialist with you. This is kind of cool. Usually we have a guy just like holding the phone by his nose if you didn't know. But you have your own video guy. This is impressive. I didn't know you guys were rolling this thick tonight. That's nice. Who's behind the lens?
The famous Austin Wells.
Austin Wells. That's a good thing because you know what? He knows all the gadget stuff. He can build things on site. I'm glad to see you guys are working hard at it. October 6, 7, 8, 9, 17 divisions, 600-plus laps of feature racing. How long have you been involved in this specifically, Chuck, in this wonderful granddaddy of all short track races in Wisconsin?
Well, this will be my 32nd year as the general manager for the Speedway, and of course, be my 32nd Oktoberfest as well. So it's definitely gotten some legs over the last 30 years, and we're very proud every year to be able to host this event. It is just such a cool event, and you know we're race fans, and so we get to build a special event at the end of the year that a race fan would like. So it's the best of both worlds, and we certainly enjoy putting it on, and it's loads of fun.
It is a great time both on track and off track, Chuck. There is all the racing divisions, all the excitement that goes on with racing, all the great things that go on off track, whether it be the pet costume contest, whether it be the pumpkin carving contest, whether it be the great food, the Queen's apples, whether it be the 50-50. I mean, there is so many cool things. The after race parties with the live music. Do you have a favorite, Chuck? Do you have a favorite item or a favorite event that goes on at Oktoberfest each year?
The highlight I have is lap 101 of the 200 lapper, because then I know the show's over and I got it in. But other than that, it's just every day it is something new and different and fun, and so I can't really put my finger on it. But you know, you meet lots of fans throughout the Midwest that have been part of Fest or come to Fest, and you know, hearing their how they talk about it and how happy they are to be part of it and see it, and you know, you always hear, I've been at Fest for X amount of years, or I haven't missed Fest in X amount of years. So,
and a lot of those guys are wearing the same jacket they wore in 1978. Just so you know, there's a lot of cool things to see when people are just walking around what they're wearing.
Absolutely, and that's part. It's racing's family reunion of sorts for us, and you know, it's just neat. And you know, we do that racers reunion on Sunday, so you get all the champions from wherever that come to the races and be part of the hospitality. And you know, it's our way in the motorsports as a racetrack saying thank you to the competitors that have competed over the years and are champions. But of course, you know, there's 17 divisions, and I think 7 championships will be decided again this year, and it's just a cool event, and again, we're proud to be able to host it.
One of the elements that makes Oktoberfest so special is the camping, and I know there are some reserved camping spots, but if somebody doesn't have a reserved camping spot, what do they have to do to get a camping spot come Oktoberfest weekend?
Well, our open campground opens Monday at noon, and that fills up relatively quick. And if you need some utilities or hookups of some sort, there's 2 great campgrounds. One's a quarter mile away, one's a mile away. So we try to defer as many people that way as well. Plus, if you're going to hotel, lots of hotels around here. And, you know, this is a gorgeous part of the country, and especially that time of year. So it's just a neat time of year, and love to have all the fans and racers be here and participate.
Chuck, when it comes to this kind of race, it all comes together with a lot of people helping. I know Freddie Mullum had helped for years, and we miss Freddie. And guys like that just show up and just are there all day, every day. How many people you think have been there like 10 or 15 years doing the same thing or helping you say what else you need, whether it be the push truck guy or the guy that wanted to mow the grass, or, hey, he saw some weeds along the back fence line, he's going to go take his own weed whacker out there. I mean, how many guys and gals does it take to put on this big event and be ready for when the campers show on Monday?
You know, I don't have a number, but there's, like you said, there's numerous. We have probably half a dozen folks that come out prior to the event to just help us, you know, set up. And there's a lot of setup, the garbage cans and the fire rings and marking the parking lots and painting or whatever. So, you know, this is a great event for the community, and the community gets behind it. And there's certain individuals that really help us support us, like you pointed out. And again, that's why we feel blessed to be able to host this event, because it is just such a cool event and such a unifying race event for short tracks, asphalt racing for sure. And we look forward to being able to host it.
So I got a couple things for people to look at. On Facebook, go to Oktoberfest, spelled with a K, O-K-T-O, Oktoberfest Race Weekend. That's also the website, oktoberfestraceweekend.com. The schedule is something you want to eat lunch over because you want to look at that in depth because things happen, time certainty, 17 different divisions. Sunday is the big race for the ARCA Midwest Tour, but there's races going on before that. Vintage are on the track Sunday. Other things happen. If somebody has an oil down or you got to move a race from one night to the next or the schedule changes, that's where you want to go. Oktoberfest Race Weekend on Facebook and the website. And Dean, I know it's been a lot. It's going to be a lot of fun. Streaming as well. If you can't be there, which you should be, if you can't be there, streaming also on MidwestTour.tv throughout the weekend as well.
At MidwestTour.tv, I think you and I are both going to be there.
I'm going to only be there Sunday, Chuck, so you have to save me like a pork tenderloin or something if you sell it on Saturday. Can you put me like in a napkin for me? I'm there just Sunday.
First come, first serve, man.
Oh, okay.
First come, first serve.
Makes sense. All right. And I don't want to take away from that guy who's been waiting in line for half an hour for that pork tenderloin. So I hear you.
No, it's a great event. It's a lot of fun. I've been going for a lot of years. As Chuck said, it's really a beautiful part of the country. I made the drive last year down from Eau Claire. I went to visit my daughter at college, made the trip down from Eau Claire. That trip from Eau Claire to La Crosse is just fantastic. It's just a beautiful part of the country. It's great racing. As Chuck said, it's a racers family reunion, and it's really a good time. If you haven't been there or if it's been a while since you've been there, you really kind of owe it to yourself. The racing is fantastic. The championships are cool, but the fun that everybody has there on the weekend, just visiting and getting together and sitting around the campfire, that's more than half of it for me.
And I know there are a lot of racers. You mentioned the 7 different divisions racing for their championship, racing on the line. The prestige of winning Oktoberfest is huge. So we're looking forward to seeing how that pageantry plays out with the polka music on the PA and all the wonderful festival feel you get. And the importance of these races for these teams and drivers. It's going to be fun. We're going to have Levon Vandergeest actually on the show next week to talk about how cool it is for him now in a return to Oktoberfest and a Midwest Tour Super Late.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Chuck, but Super Late models are on all 4 nights at Oktoberfest?
That is correct. Thursday we added, of course, we have the Futures, and now the Nights of Oktoberfest. And Friday's the Trickle 99, and Saturday and Sundays the Tour events. So 4 days of supers and lots of other great divisions as well.
Chuck Deary, Oktoberfest Race Weekend. Oktoberfest. Fest is best. Use the hashtag now. I don't want to see the tattoo, Chuck. We'll wait for that special reveal on Sunday. Hashtag
Okay.
Fest is best is something fun to follow on social as well. How about I say it for Chuck Deary joining us here for a few minutes. Thank you, Chuck.
Well, thanks. And hey, I'd just like to mention we've got a giant TV screen for this year as well. And if people want to come in early Sunday and watch the big game at the races, they certainly can and be part of it. So we're trying to add some more new and different things every year, and that'll be one thing. And we got some great bands too. So
is that the weekend that the Packers are in England?
Yeah, I didn't say that. The big game.
My big game is what I'm going to see on that racetrack. And MidwestTour.tv streaming is going to be on that screen. Football can we wait a week? I tell you, man, it's a destination. If you have a bucket, kick that thing over. It's not on a bucket list anymore. Get on the phone, get on the website, buy tickets. And thanks for supplying tickets we'll give away after next week's show. Chuck, thanks again.
Chuck, good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chuck Deary, you bet. Chuck Deary joining us here on the Racing Roundup Show. And Dean, there's a lot that's going on. I know in a few moments we'll have Bill Hollins in the groove. He went throughout central Wisconsin to gather up some of the championship footage for those racetracks. And I know that things are winding down, but there's also things to look forward to, including the Dells Raceway Park this weekend. How about we say we dig in on some short track stuff?
Bonafide Security Solutions brings us the short track report. For camera and alarm systems for your home or business, program card access, gun safes, it's a lock. Support the racers at Team Bonafide by calling 262-790-9400. Go online, bonafidesafe.com. Bonafide protects what you value. Heard you talking some bumper-to-bumper IRA outlaw action. Well, Schlafer Auto Body's Danny Schlafer won his 4th IRA Outlaw Sprint feature of the season. Saturday night, topped the 30-lap Scott Semmelman Memorial at Beaver Dam Raceway. The same Beaver Dam Raceway where Danny's uncle Gary bought and rebuilt and opened in 1993. Blue Mound Express moving in storage back. Fast Jack Vanderboom retired early from the A main. We're going to hear from Lance Fosbender. We're going to talk about the Dodge County Fairgrounds.
Yep.
Big Beaver going on there, all the stuff going on there on Friday night. Congrats to Ricky Baker, winning the prestigious Bettenhausen Memorial 100 Super Late Model race for the third time Saturday night at Grundy County Speedway in Morris, Illinois. He's pretty good there, Ricky Baker is. He finished third when the Midwest Tour was there earlier this summer.
And it's the 61st Tony Bettenhausen Memorial 100 already. That's hard to believe, knowing how involved the Bettenhausens have been. That's Dad Tony. They celebrate each year at Grundy.
It used to be at Ileana.
Yeah.
And then when Ileana closed, they moved it over to Grundy.
Yep.
Mikey Bilderback and this season's Grundy track champion, DJ Weltmeyer, finished second and third. Casey Johnson and Paulie Schaefer's equipment finished fourth. This weekend, you talked about it, Dells Raceway Park, Midwest Championship Showdown.
Huge.
Weekend kicks off Friday with the season championship races for the 5 weekly divisions. Saturday's big showdown features the Weaver Auto Parts Dave Rodiger 88-lap Big 8 Series race. Sportsmen's are on the card Saturday as well as Bandits, CWRA late models, UMA Pro late models, and Modifieds hobby stocks as well. Sunday features the Carl Wagner 100 for the Tundra Super Lates, 602 Outlaw late models, and INX Legends. You can buy your tickets in advance at DellsRacewayPark.com or log on to Facebook, DRP, Dells Raceway Park. Wabam, Dirt late models, Dirt King late models. It was BMRE Electric Hearts Brad Miller, who will be on the show next week when we're here at Pauly's.
He'll be here at Pauly's. He might have maybe some hats. We'll see.
He's not going to have any electric carts?
He might. He might have some electric carts.
Well, Bradley led from the outset, but it was Brett Swedberg who made the winning pass after the race's midpoint and was crowned king Saturday night at Outagamie Speedway in Seymour. This past Sunday afternoon, Slinger Super Speedway, they crowned a host of champions. Alex Prunty won the battle by claiming the 100-lap Carl Wagner Memorial in the Super Lates. R.J. Braun won the war, however, by scoring his first career Super Late Model Championship. Brian Holtz claimed the Pro Late Model title by 5 points over Oak Creek Automotive's Ryan Gutnick. Ryan Gutnick was guest driving the second Ramatka racing machine.
The classic red and black number 58 that Tommy first raced on the dirt at Hills Corner Speedway in a 1963 Galaxy, I want to say.
Yeah. Andrew Meyerhofer.
The car was bigger than this room by about 10 feet.
Andrew Meyerhofer won the Sportsman Championship. Paul Riegel's Tom Elsinger Jr. also captured championships. Jason Erickson captured his 4th Wisconsin State Championship, 2nd in a row this past weekend at Jefferson Speedway. Hobby Stock State Champion Brandon Riedner, he won the overall championship by virtue of his feature win in the second of their twin features. Jonathan Davenport, Superman, won his first Knoxville Late Model Nationals this past weekend. Another big payday and his 21st win of the 2022 season. He's having a great year, but there must be something in the rule book I don't know about. He has to start on the front row.
You have to learn to get how to get there.
Oh,
it happens like 3 days before you get there. And then if you do this in the heat, and then they do a redraw, and then you do this in the dash, then you do this in the second dash, and then you get a draw, and then boom. Yeah, it's nice to
21 feature wins on the season is just it's fantastic. Over $1.7 million won.
That's before
Superman.
he cashed it at Knoxville.
Yep.
Yeah.
Flow Racing Night in America last Tuesday. I left here after the Racing Roundup show.
You left early.
No, I didn't.
Dave and I and Matt were at Lynch's till, I don't know,
pack up.
9:30.
I went home. I had to watch Flow Racing Night in America. It was at Fairbury.
How'd it go?
Bobby Pierce took the win. And the big oversized check by besting fellow Illinois racers Frank Kekanis Jr. and Shannon Babb. Again, we're going to preview this week. We talked to Chuck Deary. We'll talk to Levon Vandergeest, as you said, next week. All in preview of the 53rd Annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend, La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. 17 divisions, 200-lap feature for the ARCA Midwest Tour. Again, you and I will be on the call for that. MidwestTour.tv. We'll have tickets to give away next week.
And Levon's going to college in Milwaukee.
Yeah, he is.
He's from up north.
Let's see, where's he from?
Gleason?
No.
That's Summers.
That's,
No,
Mondyke. Mondyke's from Gleason.
Okay.
I'm drawing a blank.
Central Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yes.
Yeah. Going to UW Milwaukee. Going to be here in person. We're dragging him down for the show next week.
It should be fun. So he races up in Central Wisconsin. Bill Holland has a habit of going to really cool races in Central Wisconsin. You hope you've enjoyed his In the Groove all season long. A lot of effort goes into that. If you want to sponsor Bill's segments, by all means, drop us a note at racingroundup@gmail.com. Love to talk to you via email and get the conversation going so we can get more great footage like Bill's been providing all year. Let's turn things now to Bill Holland's In the Groove this week, where he wraps up some championships from Central Wisconsin on the Racing Roundup Show.
Hi, I'm Bill Holland in the groove at Marshfield Motor Speedway, where the annual Fall Shootout will crown this season's Super Late Model Track champion. But before we go green here at Marshfield, let's check out the championship chase at some neighboring tracks throughout Wisconsin.
At Wisconsin International Raceway, 5-time track champion Jeff Van Oudenhoven sets fast time at the Tundra Series opener and sets the tone for 2022.
All these guys work so hard on this car, and it's paying off. You know, we're getting back to where we used to run good all the time.
JVO is strong all season long, but Dalton Zaire in the 119 wins 2 of the 3 Red, White, and Blue Series races and takes the overall Thursday night points championship as well as the Red, White, and Blue crown.
I wanted it years ago when I first came up here. I ran Norway, won the championship there, and then Kaukauna was the one I wanted next. And it took me, 10 years later to get up there and go get it. It's a tough one to get. There's a lot of racing and a lot of good cars.
At State Park Speedway, former Marshfield and Golden Sands champion Jason Weinkoff enters the final night of the year with a shot at the title at his home track.
Well, we definitely have had a good year. Finished second 7 times out of 9 races so far, and that's a pretty good stat to have. But for sure, we'd like to get that win, and hopefully it comes tonight. And then, if we can win the feature, we got a shot at the championship.
Weinkoff in the 76 has to close ground on 2-time defending State Park champion Justin Mondyke in the 44, and gains on the champ by winning their heat race. In the feature, it's a different story. Justin Mondyke is the winningest super late model driver in Wisconsin over the past 3 years. He's won more than 40 features in that time. Tonight, he's second to Travis Volm in the other 76 car. Volm with the feature win, Justin Mondyke with his 3rd straight championship at State Park Speedway.
Them guys had a tight points battle going in here tonight at the end of the season here, and I was too far out. I had a couple DNFs in the beginning of the season, and we had one thing in mind here tonight, and that was come and win, and we got it done.
We were able to get 6 wins this year at State Park. We had 7 last year, so just really happy with our continued success. Happy to win a 3rd straight championship here. Would have been really awesome to get the win tonight. We just needed to be a little bit better, but it was close. But like I said, it just feels really good to have consistency.
At Golden Sands Speedway, Wyatt Brooks is shooting for his 2nd track title at the Power Playground. 2-time Marshfield champion Darren Jackson and fast qualifier Travis Volm right behind in the standings.
The goal is to stay ahead of them, I guess. As long as I'm ahead of them, then I'm in the clear. But, I'm not going to go out there wrecking race cars and try to win a championship. If it's not my night, it's not my night.
Racing against Wyatt and Travis, who are 2 good friends of mine, for the championship, it's pretty special because if we win, it'd be great. If we get beat by one of them, we're happy for them guys because we're all pretty good friends.
Well, I've been in this situation quite a few times in my career here, and it's just another night to me, and we just run clean and try to keep the fenders on it, and, we try to win the race.
Coming in with an outside shot at the title is Noah Gajewski in the 10 car.
We're just looking to close it up tonight. We really want to end this summer with a high note. The win last time, that was a pretty good high note for the summer, but we're eager for one more.
There are points to gain in heats and in qualifying. Wyatt Brooks will take the fast dash, extending his lead before the super late model feature. Early in the main event, Noah Gajewski's championship hopes are dashed as he takes his damaged car to the pits. Darren Jackson in trouble early also. Up front, Justin Mondyke is showing why he won 2 straight championships here at Golden Sands. Mondyke holding off 10-time champ Mark Eswine in the 2nd spot. At the finish, it's Mondyke with the feature win. Wyatt Brooks takes the season championship.
I felt like I was considerate with the guys with points, just making sure that we didn't make contact or have a caution or something involving them, but we definitely came here to win for sure. So I felt like I showed those guys respect tonight, but we definitely came in to get the win.
Fell right behind Volm, one of the 2 guys I was racing for the championship, so I just kind of stayed behind him as long as I could and tried to keep the car clean, and he was started to fall off, so I grabbed his position quick, and that's when I kind of knew that we had it in the bag at that point.
At Marshfield Motor Speedway, the annual Fall Shootout will crown the season champion. Verona's John Beal comes in with a 6-point lead in the standings.
It would mean a lot, but like I said, if we get beat, we get beat. The other person deserves it. We didn't deserve it. Just like a couple weeks ago at Tundra. We were leading the Tundra race at Clover, and we should have won, we could have won, but we didn't, and we didn't deserve it. So however the chips fall, they fall.
In second, 10-time Golden Sands champion Mark Eswine, the Central Wisconsin Racing Association point leader, is looking for a big night to take the Marshfield title back to Wisconsin Rapids.
To be honest with you, this really wasn't a points run to start out with. We ran the first 2 or 3 shows and having some fun and like to support Wayne up here, so we decided we'd run all the shows and just see where we land at the end of the year.
It's 2 drivers chasing a championship and about 20 chasing the checkers as we take the green flag in the first of 3 35-lap features. No easy path to the championship tonight. In the first 35-lapper, it's Beal taking the win, extending his lead in the points over Eswine. In feature race number 2, more of the same. John Beal wheeling the 5B to the checkered flag. With 18 cars taking the green flag in feature number 3, Mark Eswine still has a shot. But Beal is up to second, and that's going to earn him enough points for his second Marshfield track title. Mark Eswine takes the third feature. John Beal wins the Marshfield Motor Speedway Championship.
It's an awesome night. Very few people get to experience this. Showed up racing for a championship, got fast time, won the fast dash, won the first 2 features, and it ended up second in the third feature. So what a perfect night, what a great experience.
Congratulations to these drivers and to all the champions at the tracks in our coverage area. I'm Bill Holland. Thanks for watching, and thanks to everyone who makes this program possible. We'll see you next time we go in the groove on the Racing Roundup Show.
Thank you, Bill Holland. We are going to take a commercial break. Hope you enjoyed that segment. We're going to have a really nice segment next with Lance Fossbender. He's racing, as we talked about with Steve Sinclair, about these 2 big race nights coming up. It's a special Friday night race for him as well. For a number of reasons, we'll catch up with him as well about what he's been doing on Tuesday nights while he's not been hanging out here at the Racing Roundup Show. We'll do that next on the show. Come on back.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Automatic Transmission Design is located in Germantown, Wisconsin. They've been hard at work the last 15 years in perfecting the best performance racing transmissions and converters. The folks at ATD have made it possible to offer the best quality and most affordably priced winning components for off-road, drag racing, truck pulling, and circle track applications. ATD may not be the biggest or most famous company in the marketplace, but they have the will and put in that extra effort to provide you with the best products available. ATD's certified technicians go through a comprehensive quality checklist on every transmission and converter they build. Then it's tested on their in-house dyno. Only then is the product ready for shipment to the customer. ATD takes these steps to provide you with the best quality products every time. They are 100% guaranteed. Their no returns policy makes sure it's right the first time. The next time you need a performance transmission or converter, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Interstate Batteries, proud sponsor of the Racing Roundup Show and the number 18 of Joe Gibbs Racing. Interstate Batteries is the #1 replacement battery in North America. You deserve the best, so get the best. Go to interstatebatteries.com. Go to interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. Get yours today. Race on.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
It's the granddaddy of short track racing in the Midwest. The 53rd running of the Oktoberfest race weekend. October 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Don't miss the intense competition as drivers throughout the Midwest converge at La Crosse Speedway for 4 days of great stock car racing. On Thursday, see 6 divisions compete, including Super Late Model, Sportsman, and double features for the La Crosse Late Models. Friday, 3 divisions will grind it out, including the Super Late Models in the popular Dick Trickle 99. A 99-lap race run in 3 33-lap segments. Then on Saturday, 3 divisions, including the ARCA Midwest Tour Late Models. Then it's the Big 8 Late Models battling for their season championship. Sunday, you will see vintage race cars, late models, plus the granddaddy of all Midwest racing events, the Oktoberfest 200. 200 grueling laps of strategy, maneuvers, and hard-charging racing in Wisconsin's oldest and most prestigious short-track racing event. Attention, save with a multi-day wristband. It's the 53rd annual Oktoberfest race weekend, October 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Visit OktoberfestRaceWeekend.com for details and advance tickets. Be there.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
This is America's longest-running weekly motorsports program, held in front of a live audience. Stay up to speed on the Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Thanks for joining us for the Racing Roundup Show. Once again, here is the trackside voice of the Daytona 500 and NASCAR at the track. You see him on MAV TV's live coverage of the Lucas Oil Chili Bowl and the ARCA Menard Series. The host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for being part of this program. We are winding down. I was waiting for Dean to say his favorite word when it comes to the second to last, but we didn't get it in on time. We have to do it now. I have to do it instead of Dean. Our penultimate show is tonight. We want to thank some of our sponsors for being part of this entire season. D'Angelo's Construction, man. They sponsor our road shows all season. They do expert concrete work and decorative displays. Visit DeAngelosConstructionLLC.com. We ended our road shows this year and turned 14 in the garage with our friends at D&H Sales and Service, Sheboygan's Power Center. They come on as a new sponsor this year, so please visit their website, SheboyganPowerCenter.com. Had a great time with Brad and Julie Dahmer and the whole gang there on Friday night for a special road show. We also want to thank Lamers Driving Experience for Charity. They sponsored our road shows at both Kaukauna for the Dixieland race, which is now the Gendron Auto Group 250. Also helped sponsor Friday night's program. Their tomorrow event is what we're talking about. Lamers Driving Experience for Charity is tomorrow at Road America. Seek out their information right now on Facebook. Lamers Motor Racing, Lamers 2022 Lamers Driving Experience for Charity. Laps tomorrow for charity on Road America's beautiful 4-mile road course. We also want to say thank you and recognize Allied Resource Recovery. Phil Rayberg and his staff at all 3 ARR locations have continued to support our show. Thank you, Phil. Turn your recycled metals into cash today. Their website is AlliedResourceRecovery.com. This portion of our show is brought to you by BMRE Electric Carts. That's Brad Miller's business in Random Lake, right on Highway 57. It's Wisconsin's only Icon dealer, and it has in-stock inventory and customizing options available right now on their Facebook page, BMRE Electric Carts Company. Let's welcome in the driver, that beautiful number 7, that purple machine. It's got to be purple, right? It's a Fassbender, right? Yeah, absolutely. It all comes together. We got a big race weekend coming up, and we're so thankful he's able to join us right here, right now, in studio at Polly's. Let's welcome in Lance Fassbender. Lance, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Beautiful race car. Thanks for spending time on shining up, because I know at this part in the season, it's like, man, what do we got to do to get ready for the big weekend we got coming up here Friday and Saturday night? It looks beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a couple of compliments here, both here in-house and online, with how nice it looks sitting out there. And but, we try to take care of it every week and keep it looking good.
Well, your dad kept the purple car out front all the time. What's it going to take this Friday night and such a special race night for you guys at Big Beaver, Dodge County Fairgrounds?
A lot of speed, a lot of straight elbows. Dodge is a big, fast place, and we still got to wrap it up on Saturday night, too, up at Plymouth. So it takes a lot of mental dedication from me, and, every bolt and every nut has to be tight on the car, and that's up to the crew. So I think we got what it takes. We just got to make it happen.
Lance, you'll have some, I'm sure, some family on your mind and also in attendance Friday night. It's a special night. Tell us more about the Checkered Flag Classic and its meaning.
Yeah, it's a special night that we just have not been able to get make happen due to weather and other circumstances. But definitely, if this show goes on, it looks like the weather is going to be really good, so it should happen. It's definitely very special that Steve Sinclair brought this up a couple years ago, and offered the night to honor my dad, and it's very emotional. And yes, there's going to be a lot of family, and if I can win that race, I don't know if I'll be physically capable to race Saturday night, but yeah, I will.
Yes, you will. And then the Friday night, again, we mentioned it's you're third in points right now, so there's a lot on the line. I noticed the point gap between the guys ahead of you and the guys behind you. There's a little bit of a cushion for you to move up and down and have a great night, or if you happen to, something happens and you slip back 3 spots on the last restart or something, you're looking for third. Can you get to Travis Aarons and Ben Schmidt through these next 2 races?
If they stay home, maybe. But they're great competitors. They're going to be up front, and that's been my theory all summer is, if they make mistakes, I can capitalize on it. But them two don't make mistakes very often, and fortunately, we've been able to not make too many mistakes ourselves. No, I'm not worrying about trying to advance in points. I'm very humbled and honored to just be out there and be in the third place. That's. I'm 45, almost 46 years old, so running against a lot of these young kids and young kids' money and stuff like that. I feel special to be in the place I am.
4 heat wins, 9 top 5s, and a feature victory this year. When and where did that happen?
Yeah, that was at Plymouth. That was a great win. It was the Road America night. Huge crowd, probably the biggest crowd we've raced in front of ever, and to pick up that win was really special. We got a really cool trophy. That was the first win in I think 2 or 3 years. So I don't win a lot. I try to stay consistent. I don't push the envelope as much as I should. But we're a small team. We pay our own bills and try to respect our competitors. So it makes it difficult for me to have the mindset of just win it or wear it. I never really do that. But this Friday I might have that mentality.
He said win it and wear it. Thank you for giving us a couple of shirts to give away, but this shirt is a display model. If you want to buy one, that actually goes straight towards the tires, right? You can buy tires if you buy one of Fassbender Racing shirts.
Tires, fuel, the whole mess. I mean, there's so much expense in this racing deal. It's mind-boggling, and that's what keeps people away. Like I said, if anybody could do it, or if it was easy, everybody could do it. So we try to do whatever we can. We haven't had shirts in a while, and we got I think it's a really nice looking shirt this year. So anybody that wants to contribute, put some purple on your back and put a couple pennies in our pocket to keep going, that would be really nice.
So the collar is here, your size is here. The Fassbender Racing shirts are in stock. Nikki can actually sell you one like right now if you want one, right? She's got them here at the show.
Yes, sir. She's sitting down there ready to go. She's got her pen and paper for orders.
Who else did you bring with you tonight?
Yeah, I wanted to mention, my mom and dad always listen on the radio whenever I was, I've been coming here for graciously having me down here as guests for over the years for quite a while, and mom and dad would always listen wherever they were.
Yeah.
And so finally I was able to bring my mom down here, and so the Judy Fassbender is in the house.
Holding court as she does.
Yes,
yep.
With Faye right there. Yep.
Right, yeah. That's cool. And Nikki's here too. That's neat. Who else did you bring?
I got Lee, Legend Lee, Cappy, and Steve's been sitting there jawing my ear off all night too, so. But you already talked to him.
Steve Sinclair putting on the show this Friday, the Checker Flag Classic at Big Beaver. That's Dodge County Fairgrounds, on the fairgrounds there. And then you're wrapping up your season on Saturday at a track you're very familiar with. Plymouth has probably hosted more MSA 360 races than anybody else. How comfortable? How concerned? You go from the big half to Plymouth on Saturday, back-to-back nights. There's a lot that goes into that process. Where are you guys at thinking about what you need to do as soon as you're done Friday? What you need to do for Saturday? Or will you bring out something different?
Well, it's funny because my whole family's camping at Dodge after the races, and that's been the big discussion of what are you going to do after the races. And, well, I got business to do, so I'll be taking the car home. We only live about 6 miles from the track, so we'll take it home and get it all ready for Saturday night. And we don't really change a whole lot. I used to, from the half mile to the quarter miles, I used to change steering, timing and stuff like that, but mostly just some torsion bars and gearing, But the mentality of going into Saturday night is, it's going to be a big night. Anytime you run with IRA and especially that final night, you got so many classes, you got everybody there on edge for points and getting a big win. So the key though is just to stay focused at all times. You got to go out on the track and treat every race, every lap as the same, or you can really get upside down literally, either in your head or on the track.
For sure. And this Saturday, you mentioned those other divisions. It's the bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprints. It's the Wisconsin Wingless, who's going to come with a lot of cars. IRA at 27 on Saturday at Little Beaver. And then you've got your class. I mean, there's MSA 360s and the IRA Lightning Sprints all happening this Saturday night. And MSA 360s, hey, that's one of your own tracks. So if somebody doesn't run the whole schedule, you'll be playing with them on Saturday night, I'm guessing, because Plymouth is a track that runs them weekly as well.
Yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of times when we travel around, some of the guys don't come with. And again, these big shows at Plymouth, they seem to come out of the woodwork. We'll sometimes have 35 cars show up, and because everybody wants to run the big specials like that. So that kind of makes it a little more challenging because you got guys that aren't racing all the time, but if you're fast and you're good, you figure a way to get around them, and that's the excitement of it.
And thinking of this portion, your experience, you said you got a few years on some of these guys. That's going to play huge with all those laps, with all those divisions on the track Saturday, learning what you need to read into the racetrack before you roll out for what could be a season championship feature, right?
Yeah, it's funny because when the upper classes come to Plymouth, we'll say, knowing that we run there all the time, it's kind of flattering sometimes for some of them to come and say, well, what do you think the track's going to do? You run here all the time. And so it's kind of flattering that way. You think you got a little bit of an edge, but you don't, because dirt tracks just change. You can think it's going to be one thing, and boy, I bet you there was 3 or 4 times we rolled out this year for the feature, confident, just absolutely confident that we have we put that magic setup in. I know the track's going to be just what I set it up for. And we push out, and I look over at my kid, and he looks at me, and we roll our eyes, and now we were wrong. Now I got to drive the damn thing.
That's supposed to be part of the fun of it.
Yeah, it is. It's just it's sometimes frustrating where you think you got it licked, and then holy crap, the track is completely not what it. The other division that ran before you either made it worse or better depending on what you set up for, and then you just got to put the big boy pants on and wheel the thing.
Yeah, the action's going to come quick and in a hurry with all the divisions on Friday night, racing at Big Beaver, Dodge County Fairgrounds, and then Saturday night racing for the championship in the Wisconsin State Championship Wisconsin Sprint Car Championships, presented by Cunis RV. That's Friday and Saturday. And then I talked about it before we had you on the show, Lance. You also are really busy on Tuesday nights, so I'm glad you're here at the end of the season. You've been racing on Tuesday nights. Tell us what's going on there at Beaver Dam Raceway, the Little Beaver.
Yeah, the Little Beaver. We do the kart racing thing. My daughter Lily, she's been running regularly for the last couple of years, and then this year we were fortunate enough to be able to purchase a second kart, a newer kart for her, and our other kart. We pretty much left it an open. We had both our other daughters drive it a couple times, and then our nephew took the wheel, and I think he raced 3 nights, and I don't think he lost. I think he won every single race he's been in.
Whoa, nice.
So, and he never raced anything before, ever. He just really wanted to do it, and we were happy to give him the opportunity. But, the kart maintenance is, it's almost more grueling because it's so meticulous and so picky. You got so much less horsepower, and so every little rotating intricacy is so important, from your chain to the bearings to the just flat out not having tire prep on when the track is tacky, because that can bog you down. You got to stay on top of all that. And I was fortunate to have Tim Zellmer help us, and they're the kart gurus over there at the raceway for the last 15, 18 years. So I learned a lot. I thought I knew everything, but I learned very quickly I didn't know hardly anything when it came to karts.
But you're used to working on your dirt sprint car. It's a dirt oval inside Beaver Dam Raceway that you race on Tuesday nights, and there's a bunch of kids, and you don't have to be super young, you don't have to be super old to do it. There's a bunch of folks that have been doing it for a long time.
Oh yeah, I believe the kid kart deal starts at 5 or 6 years old, and that's really cute. It's really neat to go out there. If anybody ever gets a chance on a Tuesday night to go up to Beaver Dam Raceway, it's very entertaining. You got to just appreciate the fact that they're all kids and having fun and learning. The speeds aren't quite what everybody's used to on big tracks, but it's really cool. And then all the way up to adult classes. There is no age limit on the sportsman class, so that's actually what Lily's going to bump up to next year. And maybe by the end of the year, we'll get her some practice tracks if Steve approves some insurance policies, and get her in the sprint car.
He's eating some pizza right now. He's got his hands moving there. It's kind of hard to tell. Kind of hard to tell what that is. But how'd the season go for you guys in the karts on Tuesdays at Beaver Dam?
Really good. Lily, she was up there up front all the time, and she finished third overall in points. And like I said, the other kart, she won a feature in that one night. My daughter, the other daughter, won a feature. Then my nephew, it really was cool. It was kind of a awestruck type of season where just watching your kart, what you work on all summer, it was almost more gratifying than me winning in my own race car.
I believe it. I believe it, though, because if you think about it, that's the next generation. That's the next fast bender bunch coming through. It's probably easy to spot. There probably aren't too many purple karts out there.
Yeah, they're purple, too.
Oh, they are?
We're kind of guilty about that.
That's okay. That's good. Hopefully it's still unique, because you guys, when your dad, Fuzzy, started doing it, it was like, that's the purple car. That's the purple and white car. You got it. That's Fuzzy right there.
Yeah, you knew it was him. That's for sure, I guess.
Who has helped you on your sprint car? You said you do a lot of work on the karts. Is anybody else helping you there? You mentioned Team Zelmer. Anybody else helping you on the karts? And then we'll talk about the sprint car help.
With the karts, we got Slim. He comes every week without fail. And
that's huge. It really is. With
yeah,
two karts especially.
It is. Jim Schickert's his real name. We call him Slim. Other than that, we pretty much just I take care of the karts myself, pretty much. The girls, the kids wash them and everything, wash the tires, but as far as the maintenance, I do that. And then on the big car, it's just me and my kid, Christian. And I can't give him enough credit. He takes care of, he does more work on it than I do. I just take care of the motor stuff and, some of the more intricate things that are more expensive to worry about. But no, it's really, it's not a big team. I mean, we have a lot of friends that show up, a lot of help, and throughout the summer to fill in and help out in the pits and everything. But as far as at home, it's really just the two of us.
Wow, that's 7. It's going to be 18 races, 18 and 19 on the schedule for the MSA 360 sprints this year. Don't race every Saturday at Plymouth, or if you do, it's always accompanied with a Friday race on occasion, that kind of thing. So there's a lot that goes on in those race cars. How new is this car? And how much have you had to do it with it this year to stay as well as you have, in top 5, now third in points?
That is a fantastic question, because this car was brand new for me this year. It's the first brand new car I've bought in I don't even know how long. I was able to get some help to do it, and it was a game changer. We didn't win as many races, but I guess if you look throughout the whole season, the statistics compared to the past, speeds and all that kind of stuff, we're qualifying. I mean, we've been in the top 2 or 3 almost probably 75% of the year.
Sure.
So it's a brand new car, and it really rotates good, and that's what I really like. That's what I've been struggling with for a long time. So I really did have to adapt. I had to change bars. I had to change stagger. I had to really adapt in a good way, in a positive way.
Good for you. Who is helping you on this sprint car that's going to race to 2 victories this Friday and Saturday? Because you're on the show, so that means you're going to win at least one, if not both.
I will take both.
Okay.
As far as sponsors?
Yeah.
I actually, this year I've been more fortunate than ever. A lot of friends, a lot of family, and it just means a whole lot to me that these people stepped forward. I don't ask for a lot of help, and I'm kind of shy like that. We've always just tried to make do with what we have, and this year I was fortunate enough to have some people step up and say, let me help.
And you said, okay, I'll finally let you help. You've been asking. That's awesome. Who are they?
So anyways, sorry.
That's okay.
Gary Francoeur, he's a longtime family friend. He was actually on my dad's pit crew in the 60s into the early 70s. Always stayed in contact, and he really wanted to help out. Dan Buss, a friend of ours up in Plymouth, and Kinfolk. I'm not going to give out the name because I don't know if he wants me to, but that Kinfolk name stands for his brother that passed away, and it's just a real special name for him. So And then on top of that, we have our businesses, Meyer Construction, Doug Skipper Inn, The Hill Tavern, R&H Racing Equipment, RC Custom Design, Jensen Sales and Service, Falby Auto Body, Be Beautiful Salon, Biggie High Performance, and Badger Seamless.
That's a lot of people.
It is.
I'm glad you said yes to all of them. That makes
Yes.
sense that you're going with the speed you want. You got the car comfortably where you're at.
Yeah, this has been probably my most enjoyable season in a very, very long time. Probably since I won my last championship a long time ago. So it's good to have a good speed and consistency, and we're having fun. You know, me and my kid, we'd sit in the shop during the week and just joke, and he likes to build me up, and I like to bring him back down to reality. You know, so it's like it's just a lot of fun, just all around, just the kart racing, the family stuff. I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Well, we're glad to have you. We're really glad to have you. It's been a great visit. How about I stand for Lance Fosbender joining us here on the Racing Roundup Show. Thank you, sir. We wish you well on Friday night, the big family race, and Saturday night, a championship race to run. Both are the Wisconsin Sprint Car Championships. Hope you get a chance to attend Friday at Dodge County and Saturday at Plymouth. We'll be right back to tell you more about what's coming up on our show here on the Racing Roundup program. We're hanging out at Polly's with you on a Tuesday night. Come on back.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Eliminate the hassles of planning a trip to the races. Hook up with Boring Bob's Escorted NASCAR Racing Tours. Boring Bob offers transportation, lodging, race tickets, nightlife, shuttle service, and more. Boring Bob knows all the back roads into and out of the racetrack to get you in and out fast. Pick one or pick them all. Go in style to Daytona, Bristol, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and more. He has decades of experience and industry contacts galore. You name the race, let Boring Bob do the rest. Call Boring Bob today to make plans now to go on one of Boring Bob's famous escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob's always at 414-321-1307. That's 414-321-1307. Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
Polly's Pub and Eatery at 81st Street and Greenfield Avenue serves up Milwaukee's best pizza, outstanding wings, and a great pub menu. Polly's Kitchen is open late every night with great nightly specials. Polly's has a shuttle bus to all Brewers games. Party on the patio this summer with Polly. Polly's has 18 flat-screen TVs to catch all of your favorite sports. Stay up to speed and download Polly's mobile app and receive a free 22-ounce tap beer. Polly'sPubandEatery.com. Have you partied with Polly?
Midwest Championship Weekend at Dell's Raceway Park, September 23rd, 24th, and 25th. The 23rd is the TRP Championship night for 6 divisions. On the 24th, the Big 8 Late Model Series invades TRP for the Dave Ridiger Memorial 88, plus twin features for the CWRA Super Late Models, Modified Sportsman and Bandit, with fireworks after the races. And on the 25th, the Tundra Super Late Models decide the 2022 championship in the Carl Wagner 100, plus twin features for the UMA 602 Outlaw Late Models and INEX Legends. Get your tickets and start times at DellsRacewayPark.com. Dell's Raceway Park, Wisconsin's best racing entertainment.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When your foundation is in need of repair, you need 3 things: an honest opinion, quality work, and fair prices. Call American.
Trust and dedication. That's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
And welcome back to the Racing Roundup program. I'd like to remind you one more time, Kunis RV presents the Wisconsin Sprint Car Championships this coming Friday and Saturday, September 23rd and 24th, featuring the bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprints, MSA Sprints, and Wisconsin Wingless Sprints. 2 big nights, 2 great venues. This Friday night, September 23rd, Dodge County Fairgrounds in Beaver Dam. And this Saturday, the 24th, at the Plymouth Dirt Track, on the Sheboygan County Fairgrounds. The season has all come down to this weekend. It's a championship weekend for all three divisions. The IRA Outlaws headline the Wisconsin Sprint Car Championships. Two big nights, Dodge County Fairgrounds Friday and Plymouth Dirt Track Saturday. It really is going to be sprintacular. It's going to be a lot of fun to follow along and see how that goes out. And hopefully you guys are going to get a chance to go there. I'm working like my crazy schedule to try to get there as well. Hey, I want to tell you that our show is brought to you this week and every week in part by the racers at Schleifer Auto Body and Sales in Lannon. They work with every insurance company since 1974. Four generations of racers have been getting it done the right way. They can work with you on your daily driver or your fleet of work trucks. Search Schleifer Auto Body on Facebook to get in touch with this family of racers and check out their latest award-winning classic car restoration projects. Hey, I want to tell you again, I want to clarify that Gary Sievert has passed away. I started the program talking about how we were feeling bad and comforting. Why don't we send comfort and prayers and thoughts to the Sievert family? Again, Gary Sievert passed away. That's Bart and Brett's dad. And Bart is married to one of the Gary Boer's daughters. So I want to make sure that's Gary Sievert that we have to clarify that we're thinking about the Boer family as well. Gary Sievert would be Brett and Brett the Jet, and Bart's dad has passed away. We also want to tell you there's an update to share with you as well. Earlier this year, we had Stan Bodansky, Mike Weir's brother Steve, as well as Wes Burnham on the show, talk about the Mike Weir Memorial Fund. They want to get someone in the trades some scholarship money, and I'm glad to hear Wes Burnham gave me an update. They're collecting funds through September 30, 2022. It's for a student in the Automotive Repair Technology Department at MATC. They are ready to go. Their check will be cut at the end of September. So if you can get involved and still want to donate, we did here on the show. I don't mind telling you that I'm looking forward to seeing what they get. They're looking at north of $2,000 to a student, which is awesome. So if you want to look up Mike Weir Memorial Fund, Weir is spelled W-E-I-R, I'm sorry. Mike Weir, W-E-I-R, Memorial Fund. They are going to be collecting donations through September 30, 2022. It goes to a deserving student. Both Steve Weir and his sister Karen will have in part in who gets selected of those that submit to be awarded that scholarship. So by all means, support that if you can. Glad to see that they're collecting donations only through this month. So check that out. And by all means, help Mike Weir, the Memorial Fund, in his name and his honor, in memory of Mike and what he's been able to do in the trades and trying to inspire some other students, man or woman or girl or boy, to do the same. Next Tuesday, we got a big show for you. It's our final show of 2022. 38th season comes down to it. We're right back here at 6 p.m. Central Time next Tuesday at Polly's Pub and Eatery in West Dallas. We're celebrating Racing Crowd with lots of giveaways after the show, including tickets to Oktoberfest Race Weekend. We'll have those for you for the Lacrosse Fairgrounds Speedway, October 6th through 9. On the program, we'll chat and recognize our sponsors that have made this season possible. We already started doing that tonight, but we can't do it without them. We appreciate everybody that is part of it. On our staff, on our show, we should have Brad Miller from BMRE Electric Carts stopping by, and Greg Koltek has said, yep, I'll stop by as well from Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin. We'll preview the ARCA Midwest 2 Oktoberfest 200 Championship race with second-year driver Levon Vandergeest. We're looking forward to seeing Levon here making his first personal appearance on the show. I think we had him on a video link last year. Midwest Truck Series racer Aaron Moyer also joins us. He's racing for Rookie of the Year honors. He's racing at Oktoberfest as well. Plus the latest happenings in Wisconsin and the world of motorsports. Visit our website, racingroundupshow.com. Follow us on Twitter at Racing Roundup. We got a bunch of stuff going on. We're going to do this all year round, not just tonight. But we want to tell you that we got a lot of things cooking, and we look forward to your involvement and interacting with you through our website, racingroundupshow.com. Like our show on Facebook as well. We want to thank Badger Kart Club. They've been a longtime supporter of this show. That's where I got my start behind the microphone. And if you're interested in having a ball on a newly paved road course, they're repaving it this year. It's going to be new for next season. Find out more at badgerkartclub.com. We want to tell you that it's been a blast having the show once again presented to you by a bunch of great sponsors and folks. We could not do the show without the expert help of Dave Schmalinger for all these years, as well as our friend Matt Rapina on the gadgets, Sam Trado on the socials, Dean Strom as well for your contributions, Greg Lapine, thank you, Sherry Prague, Mark Goodman, Bruce Blodgett, and Faye Hendricks. They all help us all make this show happen. So thank you guys and gals for what you do to keep this show rolling. In year 38, we're coming down to it. Next week, Tuesday, is our final show of 2022. Make sure you tell your friends. Join us here at Polly's Pub and Eatery. Looking forward to having a big send-off for the year. We'll recap some championships as well. Still to be decided this weekend at the Dells Raceway Park. Head to the Dells. Head to the dirt tracks. By all means, we tell you every week, we want to make sure you are setting your DVRs, supporting your local racing, and have at it, racers. We'll see you next Tuesday to wrap things up for Season 38 of the Racing Roundup Show.
Thank you for joining us for the Racing Roundup Show. Like our show on Facebook. Contact us via our website, racingroundupshow.com. and interact with us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We are delivering fresh content every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Until next time, race fans, support your local racetrack, set your DVR, and have at it, racers.